It's time for Geocache Talk. Whether you are at work, in the car, or wherever you are, we hope you enjoy this show about the great sport of geocaching. If you're watching live on YouTube, you can be part of the adventure tonight in the chat room and participate with others as they watch the show. If you are listening later, please give it a like and subscribe on your favorite podcasting app so that you can get all of the weekly Geocache Talk goodness. If you have not become a patron of the Geocache Talk Network, what are you waiting for? Patron levels start as low as a Bison Tube level at $3 a month. To sign up is easy. Simply go to the Geocache Talk website and click on the Become a Patron button, or go to patreon.com/Geocache Talk. Patrons now get the famous Blackout coin, invites to special events, and other really great items throughout the year. Become a patron today. Have you subscribed to FTF Magazine yet? FTF Magazine is the #1 geocaching magazine available. It is a quarterly magazine that you can be part of. Submit your geocaching milestones and adventures to be published. FTF Magazine is also interactive with puzzles to solve and the hunt to find Spartacus. If you can solve the puzzle or find Spartacus, then you will be entered in to win a special pack tag. Every new subscription, you will receive a special swag pack. Subscribing is easy. Just visit FTF's website, FTF Geo.
I think it locked up.
Hello. How's everybody doing?
I didn't know if I froze up or everybody did.
Jesse, I think you caused everybody to freeze up.
Hey, you know what? But at the beginning of the show, it says, it doesn't matter where you are, at work or in the car, I'm in the car. So I get to finally be that guy.
Oh, man. And Jesse from the field. And, man, Jesse, it was awesome seeing you on Friday, man.
That's right.
We're still talking about that great time,
I'm still on that great time. I'm still on that same road trip. So.
Oh man, you're still on that road trip, and you're like how many states, how many milestones, how many caches later on that side?
Oh gosh, we have to total it up. I know we've done 10 states in Canada, and 50 counties, maybe 2,500, 3,000 miles, 50 counties, a ton of Jasmers. And now we're going to do a bunch of labs, so we'll get a bunch of labs because they got the lab art thing. And finished all of our states out, like all kinds of stuff. So it's probably 10 hikes. And Barry too. He's over there.
Yep.
Oh man, good to see you again, Barry.
He's safely driving us around. So obeying all speed limits and
oh man, you're breaking up, Jesse, on this one.
So y'all can figure that.
Okay. Well, hey, maybe Jesse will reconnect with us, and thank you everybody for joining us tonight on this one. Gary has a bad connection, so hopefully Gary will be able to rejoin us in a bit. And big thank you. Okay, and Jesse's back on that one. So Jesse, I spoke too soon on that side. but thank you to everybody for tonight. Today is our non-traditional hide show. For Geocache Talk. So a few shows ago, we had a show called Stop Hiding These. And we were really talking about like getting people to stop hiding traditional caches and encouraging people to hide very creative caches out there. As part of that, we had our non-traditional hide contest. We had many people who participated. And today we're happy to have the winners with us. So today, big thanks to K-Blast, Brian, Mike, Pam, and Static Bird 11 and Judy Math Seeker for joining us on this one. For tonight's show, we're going to talk about their award-winning caches. And as we go through, we'll show some of those, hear kind of the thought behind people, what they were thinking in creating some of those. And the cool thing was we have a lot of different approaches, based upon those. We have everything from a challenge cache to a virtual to a puzzle to a gadget cache. So pretty good ones out there on that side. But we're going to go into news for just a minute on here. just really quick. And on news, man, I got to find the news bumper. Okay, here we go. So in news tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about Cache Fest. For Cache Fest Oklahoma, we're still looking for a few volunteers on this one. We have our volunteer through Sign Up Genius, so we encourage people to participate. Any big mega on this one requires people to help out and to volunteer on here. So we'll have these linked in the show notes as well too, but we definitely encourage people to volunteer, including with the volunteer. One of the key benefits to that is you not only get to work with a big group of cool people, but also you'll be able to get some exclusive volunteer swag on here that only volunteers get on that side. So we certainly encourage you to sign up for that one. I just put in our chat the generic link on here. Also, we have one too for Infernal Device. So Infernal Device, you probably have heard Gary talk about it quite a bit on this one. And man, let me tell you, keeping Gary from spilling the beans is no small task. Some rumors out there is he spills the beans 100 times a day, believe it or not. This is the latest data that we have on here. So we try to limit this on this one. And yeah, Direwolf, I did say swag. I think I said that correct, right? So swag is out there. So anybody who volunteers, you get some cool swag on here. And yeah, Jen, you're right. Swag. So this is some exclusive swag you can't get, you can't buy, but you get for volunteering on this one. So we certainly encourage people to do that. But yeah, if you haven't signed up for a volunteer for Cache Fest Oklahoma or for Infernal Device, please sign up on these because the spots are going quick on this one. We also do have an Infernal Device 2.0, a sign up for that one. The cache will not be available during Cache Fest Oklahoma for anybody. You have to pre-register. That's because we want everybody to have a chance, and part of that is getting people to go through on that one, kind of being guided through this one. So on this one, we do have the sign-up link too for Infernal Device. So don't wait until you show up to Oklahoma. Please actually sign up now on that one to reserve your spot. So if you can do that, that's actually going to get you the best way to go through and have that experience for Infernal Device. And that's one I know for myself. I'm excited for Infernal Device. I think Jesse's excited for Infernal Device. I know K-Blast is going to find 400 caches before Cache Fest Oklahoma to make Infernal Device what milestone, K-Blast?
10,000.
10,000. So you know that has to be an epic geocache. If one, we've had to restrain Gary from spilling the beans, and two, if K-Blast is actually going to make that his 10,000th cache on that side too.
I'm kind of glad Gary's not on here right now because normally I have to do this when he starts talking about the Infernal Device. I never know what's going to pop out of his mouth.
You know, and one thing I got to say is I don't know if this is AI, like auto filtering Gary, and if it just detected him from spilling the beans and kicked him out on that one. I mean, we know AI can do some pretty incredible things, nowadays. So just saying, I wouldn't be surprised if Gary got, kicked off because it just knew he was going to spill the beans. I just have a sense on that one myself. But let's get to the show. So today we have 4 people joining us, the 4 contest winners. Big congratulations and a big shout out to all of them. We'll go through and we'll provide some introductions, and we'll go through and then we'll talk about some of the very cool caches that they created on that one. And on here, Tom says, nobody knows what will pop out of Gary's mouth. To be fair, mine too. Can confirm that on Tom personally. I don't know if anybody knows Tom, but on that one, can confirm. And oh man, Direwolf on here, Gary probably did pay his Patreon this month. Let's hope so. Let's hope he did on that side. But let's go around and let's give some introductions on this side. So we'll go through and then we'll dive more into some of the very cool caches that people put out there. But Mike, can you go ahead and introduce yourself, sir?
So, Mike, 2 Steps is my geocaching handle. I'm in the Philadelphia region, and I hit a mystery gadget cache.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Brian, Mr. K-Blast, can you introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Brian. I'm K-Blast. Most of you have seen me in the chat a bunch. And I live in Columbus, Ohio area. And I just put out a mystery, but it's a kind of a parody mystery. I don't know how else to say it, but we'll talk about that more later. We want to save that for later in the show.
Yes. Thank you, Brian, for doing that. Definitely appreciate it, sir, on that side. And Memphis Mafia from the field. And any introductions you'd like to provide today, sir?
I don't have the notes on mine, but I also put one out. I put out a challenge cache related to Earth caches, which I straight copied from Tiger, but that's okay. It's legal. But I don't have any of the details of the cache out in front of me. But I am interested to hear about the mystery gadget in Philadelphia because I'll be there in the morning. So if I happen to be in the area, I may be able to go by and get it. So I'll be listening intently to that part.
As long as the sun's up, it's available.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Sounds good. Well, we'll hold Jesse to that one on that side. And K-Blast, was that a squeak? And if everybody doesn't know, if you hear a squeak in K-Blast video, he owes me pizza. We've had this arrangement before the show tonight. And I can see K-Blast is muting himself pretty good on that side. But we'll come back to that because I have faith there will be a squeak in K-Blast video tonight.
There was no squeak. That was a bark. Barks are different.
Oh,
and
okay.
We also had a deal that Trey wouldn't be squeaking any toy. That was something that was said. So just to be fair.
Okay, fair enough. We take terms and conditions of pizza seriously. So on this one, we certainly will. Going down to Pam. Pam, can you say hi and introduce yourself, please?
Hi, everybody. I'm Pam, also known as Static Bird 11. I live in Erie, Pennsylvania. My cache was virtual that I put out at Allegheny State Park, which happens to be the biggest park in New York State. And I put it out during a mega event that we have there every year on the third weekend of May. So that kind of helped me get a lot of favorite points. So that's why I'm here.
Oh, man. And Houston, Texas Day says, hi, Static Bird.
Hi.
And Brian, I think Jen's going to be our official squeak detector tonight on this side. So, Jen, I appreciate anything on that side. Oh, man. Okay. We'll round out with Judy. Judy, can you please introduce yourself, please?
Yes. I'm Judy Vaughn, also known as Map Seeker from Jacksonville, Arkansas. And my cache was a challenge cache.
Okay. Thank you, Judy. And we want to thank again everybody for participating in the challenge tonight. We had people who many people. We had some honorable mentions as well, too, that I do want to give a shout out to on this side, including the geocaching ninja. So I have to definitely give a shout out to a fellow ninja on this side. But the geocaching ninja had an honorable mention for Don't Start a Fire. It was an Adventure Lab bonus cache that was pretty cool on that side. We also do want to give a special shout out to Tax Pro RGV, who had an Operation Superheroes hide. And it was with Donatello is Missing in Action. So that was a pretty cool one as well, too. So big shout out and appreciation and for an honorable mention to Tax Pro RGV. And another honorable mention tonight for Remen for his cache, To See or Not to See, which was a mystery puzzle cache on that side. And we had a lot of other people participate as well, too. So thank you again, everybody, for doing that one. Now we're going to go through and we're going to talk a little bit more about the caches on this side. So as we do that, I am going to bring up Pam's. So let me do that on that side. And Pam, do you want to talk a little bit more about your Stone Tower at Allegheny State Park virtual reward? And for everybody, Pam's cache came in first place. So a big congratulations and, to Pam's in order on that one. So.
So I had I'd applied every time they offer the virtual reward, and finally this past January I got the email saying I got one. So I was real excited about that, and I'm part of the planning committee for Allegheny State Park Geocache, which, like I said, we have every year, third weekend of May. And our event, we have lots of night caches, we have multis, we have a couple of where I goes, we have everything, but we've never had a virtual in the park where we have this event. So I knew I wanted to put it in the park, and I like the this place called the Stone Tower. It's about 90 years old, and it was built by a group that was kind of commissioned through the Army, through the government, called the Civilian Conservation Corps group. And what they did was they worked at national parks back in the 1930s, doing road projects and just building stuff that the parks wanted. And what this is it's a lookout tower that was used by these groups basically to look for the weather. Like, they went up there every day, and it's on one of the peaks in the park, one of the highest elevation points in the park. So they go up there every day and just basically do a report about the weather and stuff that was going on in the area, in the park and stuff. And it's just a really cool spot that I found in the park a few years ago. I've been to this park numerous times, and when I first found it, I was like, wow, this is really, really cool. And the other thing I really like about this area is, in this state park, it's like 65,000 acres of land. It's massive. But when you go to the Stone Tower, almost everybody I know has really good cell phone service there. So that's the other reason I like going there, just to check my email and stuff while I'm out there at the park for a couple days. So yeah, I put it out. It published. It's a 4-day event that we have there. So it published on the first day, and I did not put this out because of your contest. But when I saw your contest and I had seen that I already had like 30 or so favorite points, I decided to enter it, as an entry, just because I thought, wow, that's a lot of favorite points. I think I have maybe one other cache with 30 some favorite points, and I was just impressed with the number of favorite points. But people love virtuals. That's what I think. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah, that's very cool. And Pam, what was the timing on this one? Because did you time it with the release for ASP Geocache, like right before or right at?
We had actually 50 caches that we put out for the GeoBash, and we put them all out this year. Sometimes we stagger them different nights, especially the night caches. People like to go out and try to get first to find on the night caches different nights, but we put them all out on the first night, which was around, I think it was around like 4:00 on the Thursday. So pretty much everybody had equal opportunity to get first to finds throughout the park. Like I said, it's a huge park. So basically it was out there for during the entire 4 days of these mega events. So we ended up, I think we had, I'm going to say 150 finds just that weekend, and probably 50 favorite points by the end of the weekend. So we had a lot of hits on a lot of good caches out there, and we've got tons of other good caches too. If you're in the area, come on out and look at our stuff at Allegheny State Park.
Oh man, that is awesome. And I have to ask a question too on this one. Now for ASP, I've heard, and I don't know if this is true, so I just wanted to ask, do all the caches the committee hide get archived after a year?
Yes, it's a permit process because it's a state park, and it's a 2-year permit. So once the cache gets approved, we have 2 years, and then we usually replace it. In the event of an earth cache, and now hopefully with this virtual, I can get the permit renewed every 2 years. I'll just have to fill out a little application and send it in. And I don't think it'll be a problem because we have a couple of earth caches in the park that have been there, I'm going to say 10 or more years already. So hopefully my virtual is there for a long time too.
Okay, that's awesome. I know I'm crossing my fingers because I still have to get it.
Yeah. Well, you've got time. It's only been out a month.
Okay, just checking, just making sure on that one.
You know what, John? I think it'd be kind of neat to institute that process in a lot of places. They get renewed every 2 years, and if it's not good, it goes away. I'm just saying that wouldn't be a bad thing for a lot of geocaches.
That's an interesting thought on cache quality, because would cache quality increase with that process?
I mean, zombie caches would go away some, but that's a whole different show.
That's true. That's true.
But you can't have a virtual go away. That's got to stay. You got to keep that there.
Yeah.
Unless HQ decides to give you a new virtual every 2 years, then that would be okay, probably.
It's hard enough getting one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Oh man,
there's Gary.
It looks like Gary's back. How are you doing, Gary?
So my laptop said, "Hold my beer and let me try something," and drove us off the cliff. So once we got to the bottom of the ravine, I put out the flames and took back control of the laptop, and now I'm back.
Well, welcome back. Just to fill you in on a few things, Gary. Number one, we didn't spill the beans. No bean spilling.
Okay, good.
We promise
That's
on
good.
that one.
Brian's happy.
Number two, everybody voted, and the vote came out unanimous that you're buying pizza at Cache Fest.
Oh man,
thank you,
I
sir,
wasn't here for that. That's not fair.
Well, I can tell you it was unanimous. It was clearly unanimous. I mean, right, K-Blast?
Absolutely. 100%. And if my dog squeaks a squeaky toy, you have to buy it twice.
Oh boy. Well, back to the show, and my laptop is no longer allowed to grab a beer out of the fridge. So, all right, y'all continue.
Oh man, yeah. Well, Pam, thank you so much for talking about that, entering to that contest, and sharing it. And I got to tell you, I think that's just such a cool way to share a virtual during like a mega event like that at ASP Geobash on that side. That was really cool. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat room. Yeah, Tom, I like that rule.
I don't know what to tell you.
You can say it's a great rule, Gary. That's what you can
guess. Say. Are you saving the what our winners get to the end of the show?
Yes, we have not revealed that.
We're not going to share that right now. We're not going to spill the beans.
Why don't you spill the beans, Gary?
No, we'll wait.
Okay, you sure?
Well.
Oh no, Gary just spilled the beans.
We'll wait. We'll wait until Go ahead. I want to hear about some caches. Some more caches. Oh
man, next one up, we're going to talk to today to find out more. And a big thank you again to Pam. Is Mike 2 taps, and I got to tell you, Mike, when we got yours, and this is probably a pretty big admission that I'm going to make here on the show. When I heard Phil Skimbosh was part of it, man, I definitely appreciate that. I am a big Phil Skimbosh fan.
Yeah, the whole idea for this cache kind of popped out in his own little Discord server that he runs for just kind of his channels and his interest. I was in there chatting with him and a few other people, and the idea of we should use like a phone a friend cache. We actually have to phone a friend, and it just kind of morphed from there. I had stopped by a Goodwill a little while ago and picked up a few of these for like $3. So I had some phones that I wanted to use.
Nice.
As fate would have it, I had volunteered a few months prior to teach a class on geocaching at a local community education place. So that was my comment last week where I said this all started because I asked for permission. I asked their permission to hide a cache, and suddenly they had me hooked to teach a geocaching class.
Oh,
so
you got hook, line, and sinker.
Oh yeah, so I said sure, why not? I'll do that.
Yeah.
I've been doing this long enough, or so I'll say, that I can teach a class on it.
Right.
So anyway, that night, okay, well, I need to build up a class list. I should probably hide some caches to give my class some things to find, and I should make my second of the two classes an event. So I scheduled an event, put it in a park. The park had nothing in it, so I started hiding caches in the park. I'm building this final one the week of May 25th or so, and unfortunately, I didn't get enough enrollment for the class. So it's postponed until hopefully this fall. So cross your fingers on that one. But anyway, I ended up with this gadget cache half bill. So I said, you know what? I always wanted to hide one of these things in or on library property. So I go to the library, and I have to go inside. I have to go in hat in hand because there are no email addresses for the librarians at this library. I have to go in and ask permission. Now, luckily, when I walk in, what do I see but the course catalog that has my picture in it?
Ah, how funny. That's awesome.
So there's dozens of these course catalogs with me and Signal and intro to geocaching all over the library. So I'm able to walk up to the librarian, make my, to a muggle, bizarre ask and say, look, no, I'm not crazy. It's a real thing. It's in this book.
That's awesome.
So I got permission. The timing of it's great because I got permission on April 28th. I hit it on April 29th. That night you announced the contest, and on May 1st it got published. So because I asked permission months ago to hide a different geocache, I'm here talking to you tonight about my geocache.
Nice.
And the cache itself is, again, it's a gadget cache using a phone. You'll activate the gadget. You'll hear the Philadelphia Index of Library Caches, or PHIL, give you instructions on how to find the locally sourced second stage outside once you've provided the appropriate information to him. And like I said, Memphis has sworn he will find it in the morning, first thing. So I'm sure he'll be out there. But it is outside the library. So as long as it's not nighttime or dark out and the police won't be called on you, you can find it anytime during the daylight hours.
Nice.
And both stages are located in close proximity outside of this local branch of the library.
Oh, man. I love all the attributes you have on here, by the way. I know I'm a big attribute fan.
I like to try and find negative attributes I can put that I'm using.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And those are always good because you always have to think of everybody doing their negative attribute challenge on this one for sure.
Hey,
Absolutely.
scroll back down for 1 second. I was trying to write down the GC code on that one.
Okay.
Oh, it's in the show
There we
notes
go.
too.
Well, I don't have access to that. I'm in Newark.
Oh, that's true.
Hey,
Yeah, you're not far at all.
So I was just there last week for the Metro Gathering mega event. Or driving through there, I should say, on the way.
Well, I'm hoping to find this cache in the morning, so I'm listening to all the details of it.
Absolutely. Make sure you have a nicely charged 9-volt to make that telephone sing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And oh, man, Mike, on this one, too, I was just looking, 14 favorites, 93% favorites on this one.
So that's another thing. So
nice.
Much like Static Birch, you hit a cache, and there was a mega event right there that helped kind of boost the numbers. I had scheduled my second class to be an event. So that was still on the books. I still had the event, even though I didn't have the class. I wasn't going to cancel it. So, of course, if the event's over, let's all go find these caches we haven't found. And pretty much everybody who was at the event went and found this cache and about 5 other of mine in the area.
That helps.
So it worked to give me a little boost. But again, they didn't have to give me a favorite, so I still appreciate that, and I think it speaks to it's at least a fun cache at very least.
Yeah. And oh, man, Cache Line, I have to put it in here. Pizza Ninja in the attributes sounds like a great band name. I agree.
And now up on the stage, Pizza Ninja and the attributes.
Yeah, I think I may shoot for this one for Cache Fest Hawaii. And see if there's a chance on this one. Yeah.
So again, it always blows my mind. 93% of people gave it a favorite. Like, who didn't? Not that we're gonna call them out on the air, even though I would. Like,
what's wrong with these other people?
Goes, man, it's okay. It's a gadget, but it's just normal. Like, all 9 of the other out of the 10 caches they've just found were the exact same, right? There's no way.
It is. It's always fun to see who's the person who doesn't give it, or to see the ones who give favorites on caches you wouldn't expect, or vice versa.
Yeah. We've chatted about this a bunch, but I don't get how some people don't give favorites on caches like this.
It's a mystery to me. They should all give me favorite points, in my opinion.
I agree, Mike. Maybe they're fresh out and they're saving up so they can retroactively go back and give you that favorite point, perhaps on this one.
Possibly. Maybe they have it earmarked. I think there's some watchers on it, so maybe they're gonna come back and give me that blue heart.
Oh, man,
I don't understand that. That's for another show, but it's kind of like saying, well, why didn't everybody, Hank Aaron, should I vote for him for the Hall of Fame? I don't know. Well, maybe, I guess. I didn't plan on it, but like, what is y'all's problem?
Yeah.
What does it take to get a favorite point from you?
Well, Jen brings up a good one. On here, a noob didn't know what a favorite point was. So,
How do you not
This
know
is
what a favorite point
possible.
was if you've got a premium account?
Well, yeah,
This is why the Wilson score is so great, because it only calculates for those who can give favorite points.
that's right.
true.
So
They
any of
may
those
not have
newbies
any.
who find it can have fun, but don't hurt my numbers.
Hey, so by the way, Barry's over here.
Yes.
He's cashing hard. He's getting about 200 caches right now while we're sitting still on the show, by the way.
Nice.
Wow.
That's a lab geo art.
Running through them.
Way to go, Barry.
That was a tough cache he just found there. I can't believe the effort he put out.
Yeah. Well,
Look,
that was rough.
Look at that.
Oh,
That's
man.
insane.
Are those
cool.
all Adventure Labs
Those are all Adventure Labs, yes.
stages? Holy moly!
Yeah, holy moly is right.
Go,
Apparently,
Barry,
GeoArt
go.
Adventure Labs is a thing now.
It is.
I believe most of them are different owners too, so that's a collaborative effort to punch a bunch of different credit-holding adventure labbers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that, Brian. That's cool. There are 5 stages per icon. Oh, that's true because the icon's showing you the lab. Right. That makes sense. Each
Yeah.
of those, yeah.
Like 250 here.
Yeah, I figure that's a new thing going out. We tried to Google it because we just found it by accident. And I'm sure we'll be doing a future show of people complaining about GeoArts for labs and ruining the numbers and everything else. So that'll be a fun one for us to report on soon.
Oh, absolutely.
Somebody will cry about it soon, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they already are. Somebody.
That's right.
Not me. I'm accepting everyone.
Yeah, like I'm going to sit in this parking lot. Actually, we're sleeping in this parking lot. Like I'm going to sit here and not get 200 caches in the parking lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
I'm not going to do that. I'm too good for that.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
And there's a virtual lab there too, so you do get some
And 3
physical,
bonuses.
tactile cache in the traditional sense.
And 3 bonuses.
3 bonuses.
3 bonus
Oh,
caches
wow.
too.
I mean, we're cleaning up, sitting still. It's great.
Oh, man. Jeez,
Yeah.
what can't you guys do? You've already cleared out 3 states of all the counties on
Yep,
this
that's
one.
right. We did finish 3 brand new states for counties this week too. So that's beside. I want to hear about these caches. Don't worry
Yeah.
about
Yeah, we'll
me.
keep going.
Yeah,
We'll keep on going, but yeah, thank you, Mike, for all you did on that one. That was a
yeah.
very,
Absolutely.
very,
So
very
and the
cool.
timing couldn't have been more perfect. Literally, the morning I placed it is the night you announced the contest. So that's
Oh, man.
serendipity right there.
I
Perfect.
got to tell you, we got to have more of these contests then. If these make these good caches happen on that side.
I got more in store. The rainbow thing behind me is a birdhouse. It's called BYOP. Bring your own produce. I won't ruin the surprise, but it does involve a potato.
Bring your
man.
own produce. I like it.
You got me curious on this one.
I'll have it posted to my Instagram or my YouTube. Sure enough, once it's finalized. It's big, so finding a home is a little trickier than your traditional lock and lock or ammo can.
Very cool. And Mike, your amateur gadget geocaches on there. That's your Instagram handle?
That's Instagram or YouTube. Obviously, Gadget Caches is West Virginia Tim, who I
Yeah.
bow to as far as it comes to gadgets. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm an amateur compared to him, absolutely.
The great WVT.
Yeah. And just for our audio listeners, that's at Amateur Gadget Geocaches, no spaces. And then that's on Instagram and YouTube as well, too. On that one.
Sweet.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Mike.
Absolutely.
We'll move down to Mr. K Blast on this one to hear about the great grandmother of all puzzles.
Yeah, so this actually has a pretty long history. I put out a cache that's now archived that was called Alien Robot Monkey Jedi Zombie Dragon Pirate Ninja Wizard.
But wait, what? Whoa. My brain is melted.
Did you just make that up, or is that legit,
I
Brian?
didn't. That is I pulled it up so that I could read it, to be fair. But it is Alien Robot Monkey Jedi Zombie Dragon Pirate Ninja Wizard. And you have stumbled upon the most awesome geocache ever. I mean, the name says it all. what could be more
Right.
awesome than aliens, robots, monkeys, Jedi, zombies, dragons, pirates, ninjas, and wizards? So that's
Wow.
what the original cache was. And
Right.
I put that out a long time ago. It was actually 9 different traditional caches that were not traditional. I had a lot of little things that went to it. And when you found all 9 of them, you had to put a whole bunch of stuff together and go through a puzzle aspect. And part of the puzzle,
Oh, nice.
I decided I wanted to make a kind of a parody of one of my absolute favorite caches of all time. I'm actually wearing the shirt right now. Some of you have
The
probably seen it
mother.
before. The mother of all puzzles.
All puzzles.
That cache exists here in the Columbus area, Columbus, Ohio area. And I was a co-FTF on that cache. And it was it's a really awesome puzzle that takes multiple days, hours of work to solve, multiple stages, just to do the puzzle part of it online before you even go try to find a cache. And I fell in love with that cache and decided I wanted to make a parody of it. So I created the great-great-grandmother of all puzzles and put that into my alien robot monkey cache. And the great-great-grandmother of all puzzles, it was very few people found my tough puzzle because it was just a lot of work to be able to do it. And I've been wanting to put this out as a standalone for a long time for people who don't like puzzle caches. I wanted to make something that could be a true 1 difficulty, 1 terrain, non-traditional cache. And I'd been wanting to do that for a while. And then I was watching the show when you guys were talking about putting out a non-traditional hide. And I went, okay, that's my calling right there. You have given me the reason. So the puzzle was already made and built. So if you guys, anybody who's watching, if you want to go to the GCAQ 138, I bet, and I actually put this in the reviewer notes when I submitted it. They asked you how you solve the puzzle, and I said, go ahead and click on the link. I bet you'll solve it in less than 2 minutes. And he came back and told me he solved it in about 90 to 100 seconds. So,
wow.
But you have to go through, and it takes you to the first stage. You have to answer the puzzle, then you go to the next stage and answer that puzzle. So it's very similar to Mother of All Puzzles, except not hard. And I wanted to include, a pretty picture of a great-great-grandmother. So that's where that came from. I wanted it to be not scary, but fun. And so it's kind of a parody on difficult puzzle caches. So you go through and try to solve it. Hopefully you have a good time. My whole goal was to make it funny, to make it fun, and to give people a quick find who want to get a 1-1 difficulties. And I say all that, and then I published it, and a whole bunch of people said, man, this is the hardest puzzle I've ever seen. I can't, they were joking about it on the page. I actually did get a message from somebody who was trying to solve it saying, well, I downloaded the picture of the grandma, and I started putting it through an image, trying to get at the information behind the picture. I tried opening it up, and they were trying all of these things without actually reading. I responded to that person and said, did you click on the link? And he said, oh, I didn't even see that. I was just looking at the grandmother. And they were certain that there was something hidden in the grandmother. But you actually do have to click on the link. So made me kind of question whether or not I needed to leave it as a 1-1, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to. And so people started going out and finding the cache. A lot of my friends were going out after it because it's been a while since I put out any new caches, and they were surprised. And actually, a lot of comments said, the dog is reaching for a squeaky toy, and I do not want to buy pizza.
Oh, squeak talk. Squeak. Please squeak. For the love of pizza,
Give him a
squeak.
squeak.
The dog was jumping up on a counter trying to get at his squeaky toy. Just we were that close.
Gary already owes me pizza. It would have been so sweet to get more pizza. Just saying on this one.
So all my friends kept trying. They were all going out and finding these caches, this cache, and as they were coming back, they're like, "Man, I can't believe it! This is hilarious." They just thought it was funny, and so they favored it.
Perfect.
And I gotta say on this one, Buy favorites 100%.
Nice.
Man, congratulations on that one, Brian.
I will admit to one thing. I knew I was going to be on the show tonight, and somebody found it today,
Oh wow.
and he didn't favorite it.
Ah,
So I messaged him and I said, "So what was wrong with my puzzle, buddy? Was it just too hard for you?"
please give me a favorite.
And he said, "What do you want me to do? Give it a favorite point?"
Yes.
And I said, "Well, to be fair, yeah, I kind of would like a favorite point." And so he sat there texting me back and forth, and in the middle of it, he said, "You know what? This does deserve it a favorite point." So I petitioned to keep my 100%, and I'm very, very grateful for that.
You got to. The only way to do it.
And you know, it's cool because I mean, you know, Geocaching HQ doesn't have the shame favorite point yet, you know, to put in there. So they all count just in that overall total. But good job, man.
Thanks. I see Struck's message about webpage blocked. I mean, it is my personal website, so I know that it's safe. If hopefully your browser will give you a workaround for it. I don't know why it does that. Sometimes things happen. So
yeah,
okay,
should be able to move on from it. Say, yep, I accept the risk.
Yeah, and here's what Struck's saying on this one. So when you click on the link, a lot of times, you know, through Geocaching HQ, and you can see Brian putting here, he personally vouches for any links that are part of this message. You click on it, and you just have to click OK, and then it will come up on here. So it doesn't look too dangerous on this one.
Now, K-Blast, could you put something on there once they open it up? It says, "You will have a virus if you don't give me a favorite point."
Probably should have thought about that, man. That's
like it'll work.
That's a new strategy.
Smart.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We may have to change the rules next time we have one of these contests.
Ransomware favorite points.
That's right.
We will not unblock
no rule
your.
Against it currently, so you know it sounds like it's within the rules currently.
I think so. I don't see it in the guidelines anywhere. So
no,
I think you could. Yeah, you're not allowed back into geocaching.com until you give a favorite point.
That's right. We've suspended your account.
Right. Sounds valid to me. I don't see any problem with it.
I see some of you are doing the puzzle in the chat room. I'd love to know how long it takes you to finish it. Hopefully without Norton causing problems, but I'd love to find out how quick you can get through it. And also, I want to know who has solved it so that I can grab your social security number, your credit card number, and your all the things that I need. Make sure you include the 3-digit number that's on the back of the card too. That's really important to solving this puzzle.
Sounds like Tom already sent it to you, so you've already got his. He hadn't even finished the puzzle yet. He's already sent it to you.
So whenever you guys are done talking to me, I've got a few things I got to do for a second. So if I go off camera,
right,
I'm just busy making my Amazon order.
Got a few purchases I need to get in quickly.
Yeah, and as long as we hear a squeak on the way there, I mean, it's 100% good.
Perfect. A squeak, yeah. He's not buying for him. He's buying for the dog. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he's buying for everybody, from what I understand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's party for everybody.
Toys for the dog, so that Gary can buy us all pizza next week.
Right. You keep telling yourself that.
Everyone who comes to Cache Fest gets free pizza. I just spilled the beans for everybody.
You keep telling yourself that, Chief, because I'll buy some for Judy, but that's about it.
Oh man. Well, thank you, Kate Blast, for showing us that one, and thank you for submitting that. And yeah, very cool. One from Jen, maybe 90 seconds on her phone with YouTube taking up part of her screen. So if it wasn't for YouTube on that one, Jen would have probably had it just a little faster.
Oh, Direwolf says he finished it.
Yeah.
It took longer to click on all the crosswalks.
Nice.
Yeah. How many of these little squares have crosswalks in them? What's a crosswalk? Give me a new picture. How many motorcycles do you see?
At least we all know that Dire Wolf is a real human and not a robot trying to get through my puzzle.
Well, yeah. I mean, he was a human. We don't know if he's still a human or if he's been replaced by AI. So we're not sure yet.
Yeah, I still have
mystery.
suspicions he's a cyborg myself on that
He's a
one.
mystery. We don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you, K-Blast, on that one. Oh, yeah, and Direwolf, that's what cyborgs usually say, from what my understanding is.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what a robot would say.
absolutely.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome, Brian.
Thanks, buddy.
You bet.
Yeah. And we'll take a look at Judy, so K-Blast can go buy some squeaky dog toys. So thank you, K-Blast, on that side.
He can't leave. He's stuck tonight.
Oh, man.
You got to stick with us.
Yeah. And Judy, we're going to pull up your puzzle too on here. So if you could tell us a little bit, Judy, about your puzzle or your challenge, excuse me, the Civil War on here.
Oh, cool.
Still like same icon, so.
I love history.
All right. Well, in Jacksonville, we have this neat, it's called Reed Bridge Battlefield Park. And it has a homestead and some a separate kitchen building and the old barn, the outhouse, and all kinds of things. Plus, a lot of different markers around through there as you walk through the area. And so, I knew I wanted to do something to do with the Civil War, and I originally was going to do Confederate generals, but then it's like, well, you can't use words from the title.
Right.
So then I came up with this. I went online and I searched on Project GC the different things with the Civil War.
Okay.
So I saw one like this, and I thought, oh, that sounds interesting. And so I switched to that. And the reason I did a challenge was because of the geo trails for the Challenge Academy.
Yep. Cool.
And so, and also because I was going to do just a puzzle to start with until I saw that, and I thought, oh, well, let's do that. And so there's several people around in our area that's working on a non-traditional everyday challenge from
cool.
last year's Cache Fest. And so that's one. The other reason I wanted to do this was a puzzle of some sort. And then when the guidelines came out for the Geo Trail and it had created a challenge on it, that pretty well set what I wanted to do. And so I submitted it, and then I get a message back that I had to have 10 people in Arkansas that qualified for it already for it to publish.
Right.
And so I had to go through the list, and there was like 5 or 6 just right around here. And so I came up with that and submitted it, and then it was published. And there's been a few people contacting me and said, oh man, I'm just one state away.
Just that close.
Yeah, they would even tell me the state they needed and stuff. And so they're planning now to go get that state because they want that challenge.
Yep.
And so I just thought it was interesting, and because you could do either one. And when I checked, I qualified for both. And so I'm a retired teacher. And for many years, I taught 4th grade, and we had to teach Arkansas history. And so a lot of this stuff you would know from being, in Arkansas history and just seeing the different things with the Civil War. And there's so many different markers and things around in this area, the Little Rock area and all around with relating to the Civil War.
Yep.
And so I knew it was an interest.
I know that Jesse, he's doing. Are you still trying to do that, Jesse? Right? You're trying to do. Is it 365 all non-traditional or?
No, I'm not working on that one right now. Oh, no. Uh, you know how it is. I'm working on so many challenges hard, but I
I
think
know.
I've got the 365 all non-traditional.
Or fizzy? Is it a fizzy all non-traditional or
No, I've got that too. I'm
okay?
trying to do no, it's a fizzy in all different counties. That's what I'm working on now. So
Oh, okay.
it's not the non-traditional one. Yeah, you got me confused with the challenges I'm working on.
I'm sorry. But a challenge cache though is always a great idea. So I'm glad Judy put that one together.
Oh, that's a great one. Yeah.
Sometimes tricky though. I mean, well, you didn't run into a lot of problems, Judy. You only ran into really just they needed you to have enough people, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And
That's
this
not
was a short time frame for this contest, right? You really had to push fast to get it out there, get
yeah.
it published, get some points. But it was, we may have to extend it a little longer in the future so we can give people a little more time to publish and get favor points.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Not everybody has a mega just waiting around for them to publish caches. So,
Nothing wrong with scheduling an event to coincide with a cache release to hoard favorite points.
That's right.
Oh, absolutely.
No problem at all with that.
You know what though? I mean, in all honesty, I mean,
Mike's right.
if you're doing an event or something like that, these are the times to put out good high quality caches. Just
Oh,
saying
absolutely.
on this one, because I mean, like if you put out low quality caches during those key times, let's face it, that can be a big difference maker in attending a mega event having not good quality caches.
Absolutely.
So I have a quick story about Judy's cache.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So I was looking at everybody's caches just kind of to see what was out there, and I got to her challenge, and I clicked the button to see whether or not I qualified, because I was pretty sure I had to qualify. I've got so many states, and it said I did not qualify. So I went on which side, north or south? So then I went through and started reading it. I was one shy of the north and one shy of the south.
One of each.
I don't have Louisiana. And I don't have Nevada. Well, I was telling everybody I did a geo trip this weekend. And as we're driving to Virginia, I was telling my friends about this. And one of them is sitting next to me and says, Nevada wasn't a part of the Civil War. They aren't part of the North. I said, are you sure? This cache says it is. And so he's like, let me look this cache up. And he got all angry and was looking it up. Started looking up all of the details. He was like, well, what do you know? Nevada was a state during this, and it was part of the North.
Yeah.
So it was this whole conversation on our road trip based on her challenge cache. So I was kind of hoping I'd be able to go grab it on the way through to Cache Fest, because I'm coming down kind of through that way.
Yep.
Kind of see how far out of the way Little Rock is. But I was kind of hoping to grab that, but it was just interesting. Even if I can't solve it, it created a conversation and actually taught us something about the Civil War that I'm going to remember now, because dang it, I don't have Nevada.
Right. That's funny. Wow. Yeah. Little history lesson. That's cool.
The cool thing about the location also is that if you hit them on a Saturday, they actually have people out there and have the buildings open a lot of time on Saturdays. So you can go in, you can dress up in period costume and go through all the buildings and stuff.
Cool.
And I'll be Gary and spill beans on this. I wanted it to be a large cache because I was thinking, okay, getting ready for whatever Cache Fest was going to, have on for the challenges. If we've been having to find so many large caches, and there are not many large caches around here.
Right.
And I thought, I'm going to make a large cache, whatever it is. And so it is a large cache. And if you could read the hint, something about backdoor guests or best. The cords actually take you to the outhouse.
Oh,
and
nice.
it has, and the flap on the back raises up, and that's where the cache is.
Oh my!
And it's a large cache in there.
Oh, that is
the
awesome.
outhouse is not used now. But
I'd say a large cache hidden in an outhouse is worthy of a favorite point, regardless of the level
Absolutely.
or the challenge.
Just for the exactly. Mike's
And
right.
so it's sort of a fun one. So I think that's part of the reason it may be getting favorite points as well. So
Good to the last drop.
Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah, and I was going to say you're at 100% favorite points too, Judy, and it sounds like you didn't have to even shame anybody to get 100%.
Well, once you steal their identity with your website, you can just log into their own account and do it for yourself.
That's one way.
He's not going to live that down, Brian. You're never going to live down the shaming of.
It worked, man. That's
Yeah,
all
hey.
that matters. You told
That's
us
right.
favorite points. You did not put any stipulations on it.
Yeah.
Devil's in the details.
Yeah, K-Blast is mentioning we hear in the background, Jesse, all the bling bling.
I'm only halfway through this.
He's only
whole time.
halfway through.
Oh my
There's
goodness!
that
Like a
many.
geocaching slot machine in the background.
That is kind of what it is. Yeah.
Winner,
That's
winner,
Geocache.
winner, winner.
Geocaching slot machine.
I was going to say, is your hand cramping up there so far?
Trained for this moment.
Hey, it's hard to get a bunch of lab caches while you're sitting at a rest stop. I got to train for this. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it's starting to make my thumb sore.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
right.
Man.
We're
Might have to take a break for a little while.
yeah. We're really worried about you guys.
I climbed a mountain 2 days ago to get one cache. They're
Yeah.
sitting at a rest stop complaining about their sore thumbs. I can barely move here.
Right. He's like, oh, here's another one. Oh, here's another one.
Yeah, we already climbed
Oh.
our mountains for this week. It's okay. We climbed a bunch of them this week.
That's true.
It is nice driving through New Jersey. A lot of those rest stops have either mystery or traditional caches hidden in them. It's always
Sweet.
a nice double break for your body and your geocaching need.
Absolutely.
Oh, quick warning to you, Jesse. Are you paying all of your tolls as you go through New Jersey?
Now our second rental car this week, which long story for another show. It's got the unlimited easy toll pass on it.
Okay, because I have a friend who drove through New Jersey, and he thought that he could just drive through and they would send it to him in the mail. That's not how it works in New Jersey. He found out the hard way. They charge you $50 per toll that you go through. He had a $500 bill at the end of the
Woo.
God help you if you use one of their tunnels. It's even more.
Chihuahua.
Yeah, I hope not.
Yikes.
I hope we don't have any of those. We have an issue with our second rental car is fine. Our first rental car had an issue, so
Oh my.
it's not resolved. So I'm not going to talk about it live on the air yet.
Yeah.
Did you bust it up driving up to the spot in New York?
Yes.
I just said we're not going to talk about that live on the air. Thanks, man.
Don't share that.
Hypothetically, maybe somebody went there. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. We were just driving on flat paved roads. We didn't do any of that stuff.
That's why you wanted to go wash the dirt off afterwards.
Hey, it didn't say don't take your rental car up there up a mountain. So
Exactly.
hey, move on with the show. Leave me alone.
And I did not
Yeah, right.
encourage it.
Pay no attention to the adventure labbers. They're just
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Gary, do you want to spill the beans on the winnings?
Yeah. I will definitely do that. I don't know. Do we want a little song to go with it? Is everybody up for a little bit of that?
Oh
moment?
no.
I think it would help.
All right, let me play a little bit of this little ditty.
Gary's got a secret, but he can't keep it in. Every time he tries, it slips out again. Loose lips talking, Gary's got a tale. Gossip on the wind, like a ship without a sail. Oh Gary, why can't you keep it down? Spread it around town, everyone knows how. Whisper in the night, Gary's got a plan, but he can't hold tight, talks like a fan. Gary, hush now, we all know the scene. your stories out loud. You're spilling all the beans. Oh, Gary.
Okay, enough of that. So
That's the new intro music for the show.
yeah, really, there you go. So for all of our winners, I will be sending, or in the case of Judy and Brian, if you just come find me, I will give you your prizes. But for Pam and Mike, I will be mailing you a copy of Cache Masters the game.
Cool.
Cache Masters,
All
where
right.
you can destroy your geocaching relationships just for fun.
In a good way, though, right? That's 100% guaranteed.
In
It
a good
destroys.
way.
Okay.
Go get out the ultimate Cache Masters at your favorite card show, whatever. So I'll be mailing y'all the copy of Cache Masters. So you can have a lot
Awesome.
of fun. So you
Thank
can
you.
play the Muggle card that lets you stop everybody else from doing what they're supposed to be doing, or all the little crazy parts of the game. It's a party game, so there's a lot of chaos that develops in the game. So be prepared. So yep, that's a prize for everybody. Thank you for everyone who submitted their non-traditionals, and we've been thrilled to go through those, right, John? John's been taking care of all that for us. He's doing a great job.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just so cool to see the creativity from everybody on all these different hides.
Yep. Available at slinkgames.etsy.com. Go ahead.
I think this contest is something we're gonna have to do again for sure, right? Like we did a quick one now, but I think we're going to get more people involved, have more time, announce it, because you could do categories, you could do all kinds of stuff, right? Like not everybody's gonna have a virtual all the time, of course, but you could try to do different categories. Like every once in a while, do a all right, this month is a challenge or where I go or whatever, just to kind of push that, or even traditionals, but a gadget cache, right? A gadget cache works too. It could be a traditional, but there's a lot of things you could do, and it really just spark that creativity like these people did, and hopefully inspire a bunch of other people to do the same thing. I think it's something definitely we need to do again.
Yeah, I agree. And I think special categories, I mean, even if we did a geo art one, that could be fun. Just think of if there's like a reverse where I go geo art, that was out there.
Never.
I mean, how cool that would be.
That's terrible. Hush your mouth with those reverse where I go.
Every state having a reverse where I go one.
Don't.
Every rest stop.
Ooh, you could do a whole trail of reverse where I go.
Oh, that's all we need, more low quality where I go. Stop it.
We could do a rest area with 1,000 where I goes that are all just reverse.
Oh
man.
Hush your mouth.
Yeah, I know. I don't
and
think
we'd be sitting here doing them.
Yeah, we'd still do them, but I'd still be mad about it.
Yeah, that wouldn't work, but no, that was awesome. Thanks everybody for that, and yeah, we'll definitely do it again. It really is interesting because when you get like, I think it was Bell on the Move he says, great to get the community involved. It really is, because it really shows the creativity of, I might think of something, but but when you start collaborating and you start hearing stories from people, it's like, I would never have thought of that. And so that's always, it's always great to hear about, all these other ways to do a cache. I mean, that's the beauty of it. Different ways to make a pizza, right, John?
Absolutely. And people, I mean, may just go down. I mean, let's just say there could be a Facebook group called Pizzaholics that is out there for people who are addicted to pizza and all the different variations and different ways it's made in geographic areas around the country with different ingredients, just as an example. But, variety is a spice of life, and as is such, Geocache is,
Yep.
all these great caches just reinforce on that one. There's so many creative ways to play the game, so many creative ways to put them out, so many awesome ways, especially, seeing how Mike and Cam did it with tying these caches together. I think it's such a cool way to do it too, on that side. But, I think these just blow me away. I mean, especially I was telling people before the show, Judy inspired me to hide some additional challenges. I was actually up late last night into the wee hours looking at different challenges that were out there that I could be making. And I'm excited to put some of those out. So
nice.
If it wasn't for Judy putting her challenge cache out there, I don't know if I'd be inspired to do that, and if it wasn't for Jesse, I don't know if I'd have that reverse where I go geo art, ready for Florida to be published. So, these are awesome conversations, very inspiring conversations to have.
Terrible.
No, inspirational, Jesse. Inspirational and amazing and creative.
Inspiring.
Yes.
No, very
that's
cool.
perfect.
I like it.
Since Jesse's sitting there doing them all, and you were looking for an excuse to do the show later, I'm going to call out the Adventure Lab Geo Arts. I am not a big fan of those, but I am like Jesse. If they're out there, I'm going to get them. I'm totally. Agree.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you wanted to do a show on that, I think there could be some fun conversations to be had.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I think we'll have to put that on the calendar for sure. That could be fun.
Yeah.
People be there'll be some strong opinions on it.
I signed up for a Facebook group today to try to find some of those so that I could get my 400 caches a little easier.
That's true.
It counts. Whatever counts, right?
You got a task in front of you.
That's right.
So, Mike and Pam, if you guys would, don't forget, send me your mailing address. Send it to that address, geocachetalk@gmail.com, and I will get those in the mail pronto. So thank you so much. And if you do want to buy the game, I'm going to give a shameless plug. Oh, make a reverse where I go geo. Yes, that's perfect. I like
that. Terrible.
A great idea. There's my quick shameless plug. If you want to buy the game, slinkgames.etsy.com. So there's a few left. There you go. Cache Masters. There you go. All right. Back to John.
Yeah. So, hey, thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, everybody who participated in the non-traditional hide contest on this one. We'll definitely have some in the future on this one. And, oh, man, this reverse where I go geo art, there's just so many conversations and great comments on here. Let us know these comments. These are important to us,
I think.
Yeah, because, if it's through the show, providing feedback in the chat room, sending that feedback to geocachetalk@gmail.com. Let us know what you want to see. I mean, I think it's resounding, this reverse where I go geo art of Jesse and portraits all across the country on this one. That, this could possibly be the next contest, is just to focus on this.
Oh, no way.
But, if there's other things people want to, please feel free to put those out there, because we're here to help out the community, to help out people's creativity, and to help, like tonight, hear everybody's really cool ideas that they're doing on that side too.
Yeah. Last comment from me, and I guess we go around the room real quick and give final thoughts. But Jen mentioned about see everyone in Norman. It's coming. Safe travels. Happy caching, everyone. Thank you so much, Jen. And our next show will not be on next. Our next show will not be. Well, the next show will be on Sunday. The show after that will be on Saturday, because that's the day of the mega. So just mark your calendars. We're going to do next week. We're doing a really cool show about Alaska, because you never know. Cache Fest Alaska, maybe someday. Next year's Cache Fest Hawaii, but you never know. There's always the possibility. But we are going to do a show with Scott, who's runs the Cache Fest Alaska Facebook group. So, and then the week after that, when Cache Fest is going on, we're going to try to bring you guys. John and I especially are going to work on getting you sort of the man on the street, behind the scenes as the mega is going on. We're going to bring you all the sights and sounds of Cache Fest Oklahoma. So anyway, that's my final thought. John, I'm going to turn it over to you, sir.
Yeah, just thank you again. Thank you and everybody for everything. And again, with Cache Fest, please sign up, volunteer. Mega's help for many people, wanting to bring that out, wanting to make that possible. And it's definitely a labor of love on that side. So definitely we encourage everybody to volunteer on that side. Sign up for Infernal Device on that side, because really those slots are going to book up quick and you don't want to miss out on that whatsoever. And especially for volunteering at Infernal Device, for those that volunteer there, you'll get an exclusive coin that you can't get anywhere else. You can't buy. You can only get that through volunteering. Yep. And it's a pretty sweet coin on that side too. So certainly we encourage people to do that. And I know I'm looking forward to Cache Fest so much, especially, Gary buying pizza on that one.
No.
What? We voted.
No.
Oh,
yeah, you voted. Okay, I'm moving on.
Okay.
So Tom mentions that come by the host hotel for puzzle help. So there will be obviously we do Puzzle Academy every Cache Fest, and if you walk through, even if you're not a puzzle person, just walk through the main hotel, the host hotel, and watch the little groups. You could go by and sit with them and watch them struggle. It's fun. I love watching them try to rack their brains and try to solve puzzles, because it's just for me it's an entertainment. It's like it's fun watching them struggle. Yeah, you're right, Hodag. I'm going to go into debt buying all these people pizza. Not going to happen.
No. Make sure you buy Cache Masters. I've heard Cache Masters, the proceeds onto that will be going to help buying pizza on that one.
That's probably true. So
more Cache Masters equals more pizza. So again, shout out to Cache Masters.
Yep. But again, thanks everybody, and we're wrapping up for the night. And I think we'll this was a success, and we definitely want to do it again. So thanks everybody for being on. We really appreciate y'all, and success with your caches going forward. So let us know how they go as time goes on. So all right, well, I think we're going to say good night. So good night, everybody.
Good
night.
Thank you.
May your finds be many, and your DNFs be few. May the terrain and difficulty both be less than 2. And whatever it is you're looking for, may it find its way to you. And may we all meet again.
Folks, we hope you've enjoyed the show tonight. Please email us your comment at geocachetalk@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. The show can be found on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Radio Public, or Spotify, as well as at the Geocache Talk website. Don't forget to click that subscribe button below and ring that bell notification so that you can see and hear the show on a weekly basis. And tell your friends about the show. Get them involved with us in the chat room. And until next week, don't just talk about geocaching, go geocaching.